potential illegals. It had a funny way of showing it. No statements of regret, and from Wall Street, no indication of pressure. The stock jumping even as critics are attacking at issue whether one of the largest banks in the world is creating a side business catering to illegals in our corner of the world. That's what some say Bank of America is doing, quietly offering credit cards to customers without Social Security numbers. We tried repeatedly to get someone from the bank to speak with us, short of a statement we'll get to, not a peep, but plenty of reaction from customers coast to coast.
Oh, that's really disturbing, because I don't even have a credit card, and I was born and raised in this country.
I would take my business elsewhere.
I don't agree.
You don't agree?
That's all I have to say, yeah.
Sounds like a security risk.
I'd probably protest right in front of every Bank of America. I think it would be the fair thing to do for our community.
You know, you come here, you open a bank account, you put a couple of $100. The next day you get a credit card, go on a spending spree.
Anytime an official organization like a bank is operating under the radar, makes you wonder what else is operating under the radar. Maybe the government should look more into it.
Well, my next guest says that instead of Bank of America, we should call it Bank of Mexico. Michelle de la Cruz is founder of Mothers Against Illegal Aliens. Michelle, what do you think of this?
Hi, thanks for having me. I think this is just deplorable. As Mothers Against Illegal Aliens' as founder, I just would love to have everyone in America who banks with Bank of America cut up their cards, close their accounts, go to another bank and send me your cut up cards, and we will stack them up and bring them back on your show and show you all the Americans that this is going to be their way of speaking out and saying, you know what, we don't want illegal immigration in our country, and we're tired of the big businesses and now the banking institutions benefiting. This is, you know, Bank of America, it's funny that they call it Bank of America, when in actuality they should be called the Bank of Profiteers and Pirates, because they're benefiting invisible people, giving them these accounts and then credit cards, and then they can buy homes and then default on their loans, and then all of that falls on the American people eventually. Our rates go up. This is the destruction of America, and Mothers Against Illegal Aliens says the buck stops here. Send me your cards and we'll be back on.
All right, they say they're not targeting illegals. What do you say?
Absolutely. I've got a book right here with Bank of America on it, and it shows that with the Mexican Concierge card, they can open up a checking account, then get a bank credit card and money. This is right here in my little hand.
All right, so by reaching, so the argument that they reach out to an audience that might not have all the paperwork, but they're not illegals, you're not buying it.
A little paperwork. Listen, we've got the Patriot Act 1, we've got the Patriot Act 2, we've got terrorism apparently. We don't know who's crossing our borders. We've got people lining our streets that we don't know having tax-free dollars, and now these people can go to that bank, deposit their money. If they don't have a credit card, how are they going to file their taxes at the end of the year for the interest they get on the money? Oh, but I guess they're the golden children of America. They don't have to pay anything.
All right, as you're speaking here, we're going to be showing what the Bank of America had to say about this. But the fact that the stock moved up and that the reaction to the banking community was sort of, what's the big deal? For the bank to say that the U.S. Patriot Act customer identification requirements are fulfilled for all Bank of America customers, it's saying essentially, Michelle, we're doing nothing wrong.
They're absolutely, they're violating the law. They're letting illegal aliens open up accounts. We know it. We have probable reason to believe this, and we know it for a fact. I've talked to the banking people who are in Bank of America. I went to Bank of America today. I asked them. They said that this is exactly what's going on. I have people that I've talked to at the bank that have even said that these illegals have accounts with $15,000, $30,000 in there that has not been taxed, that then they transfer over to Mexico. All that money is being transferred back over to Mexico. We need to put a stop to this. That this is enough. America, we've been speaking out. Our government is refusing. We have to remember the culprits are the Bank of America, we've got the government, we've got IRS, we've got all these other organizations in our government that could be putting a stop to this. There's banking regulations that prohibit this, but yet this is going to be another thing that goes under the radar, and they're just going to pile it on onto what? Another, they're going to say, what, amnesty? Now they can stay and they can get bank accounts. Gosh, you know what? This is discrimination against the American people.
Have you talked to others who might have Bank of America accounts or say no more?
Absolutely. In fact, I hope you like my hair, because I just came back from the salon, and everybody out here in Phoenix, I went and talked to them in the salon. There were many ladies who had Bank of America accounts. My stylist, in fact, is changing. She's going to close her account and open it at Chase.
But how do you know other banks aren't doing this too? They just weren't caught.
Well, we don't know that right now. I'm going to have to look into that. But if there's anybody else that's doing it, then we as Americans need to speak up, take our money out of the banks. Open up our own bank. The American citizens of the sovereign America, that should be our bank and only for American citizens.
All right, Michelle, good seeing you again. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Well, by the way,